Next up, as promised, it's time to talk to Dr. Octagon.
Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon is here.
He is here. Good evening, Noel Gallagher.
Yeah, man.
You all right, son?
Sensational.
Do you have a little smile on your face when you think, I forgot about that music?
Do you know what? That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, oh, God, we're still going with that, are we? Right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's like 5 years old now, right? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, hoping you'll put it on your next album. Maybe you even call it, The Tales of Dr. Octagon.
I only wish I'd written it.
How you been? You all right?
Yeah, good.
Good. What are you doing, by the way, at the moment? Because you're on a bit of a break, aren't you?
On my holidays.
Okay.
Been away. Just got back. Not a great deal. Just trying to keep out of the way of the missus.
When you go on holiday and you sunbathe, do you take your T-shirt off?
That is kind of the point of sunbathing.
No, but I just wondered, because whenever I see you papped, you've always got a T-shirt, and I just wonder if you think, you know what, I'm just never going to take my T-shirt off in case they get me with...
What, you mean last week? Last week?
I think Ibiza it was.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't put the female population of any Mediterranean island through the, through what's underneath there. But when I'm in private, I do tend to go topless.
Right, listen, let's talk transfer stuff. We'll start with your side. I mean, it's been a pretty fantastic window for Man City, isn't it?
Well, we've won it, haven't we? We've won the window. I think. Do you know what the good thing was? It was we got all the targets were identified, even publicly, about 6 weeks ago, and it was no secret we were going for De Bruyne and Sterling. Otamendi, we didn't know about him till he come, but they've kind of pulled it off. And watching all the things go down today, I feel a bit bad for everybody else, apart from United.
Do you think this is the best squad City have ever had? There was a thing, I think it was Gary Neville talking about it, where he was looking at the first 11 and then cover for each position. And I can't remember a City squad like this, where if you've got a top player out, the cover for him is just as good.
There's still, I was talking to my mate today about this. If Aguero comes back from the international break injured, we don't have cover for him because Bonnie is out injured. So I don't know what on earth they would do if Aguero ever gets injured. But all that being said, everywhere else we've got 4 great fullbacks. The standing goalie's a bit pony. We've got 4 great centre backs. I mean, I'd agree with Neville. It's very, very, very. The strongest squad I've ever known.
I think Sterling, I don't think we've seen the best of Sterling by some distance yet, but he's added some pace that Silva can latch onto. He's added, it takes Man City in a different direction. And I've been amazed at the impact that he alone has had, really. When you think about the other signings, no one else has really come in. It's the same squad, the same team. It's just Sterling has added something to it.
Well, I said when I came in to see you a couple of weeks ago, I said that, once he plays with better players, he'll be amazing. And he must think he's landed in heaven, because he must think, well, these guys are making me look great, and this is easy. I mean, it's easy so far, but I mean, I reckon. Listen, we've got the core of that team: Yaya, Silva, and Aguero and company. We carried Mario Balotelli to a league title, right? And you know how pony he is, right? We got him 13 goals, so. He has added the pace that we've been lacking for 3 or 4 years now, and I've been amazed at the understanding. He seems to have struck up with Aguero and Silva already. But I kind of knew it anyway. I said when I came in there, I said I think once he's playing with those players, he'll be fine.
Is that it now for the squad? When the next window opens in January, do you expect anyone to? I mean, usually you don't have a big name coming in that window, but I just wonder if you think this squad is good enough, not just for Premier League, but Champions League as well.
When the draw was made the other day for the Champions League, everyone was like, I was out, and everyone was saying, we've got a tough group. And I was looking at it, I was thinking, if we don't win that group with that squad of players, then there's something fundamentally wrong. Because I don't see Juventus have got, they've got great players, but with that first 11 we can put out, we should win that group easily. we should win that group. We should win all of our home games at canter and remain unbeaten away from home.
I agree. I think the only way the transfer window is going to work for City is if you just made the point about Aguero picking up an injury. Maybe Boney doesn't sit, and we still haven't seen what Boney can really do in a Manchester City shirt. That's the only area that I think the January can do anything for City.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that is the only... They've sorted out the centre-half problem. They've got... Mangala now has got a guy coming to take his place, so he stepped his game up. The full-backs are covered. Navas will now be replaced by De Bruyne. Nasri has been replaced by Sterling. There's only the question mark over, I felt, anyway, letting Dzeko and Jovetic go was a bit of a gamble anyway. It remains to be seen whether that backfires on the club, but,
No, when you came into the studio, one of the things we were talking about with Pellegrini, I think we all decided, irrelevant of what happens to City this season, he'll go at the end, and it looks like Pep may join the club. Do you think your view, City fans' view, has changed on Pellegrini?
My view is I still think that he'll go, but if he was to stay, I don't think anybody would be that bothered now. He seems to have learned his lesson with this two up front business, and he seems, whether somebody's had a word with him, I don't know, but he has got that squad of those players who underperformed last year, and the fact that there's been no tournament this summer has kind of helped, but he's kind of showing his quality now, I think. Do you know what I mean? None of it. I never expected City to play as well as they have done in the last 4 games.
Maybe the person that had a word with him was his older brother that sits on the bench and no one knows who it is.
Oh, Ruben.
No one still knows what he does.
He's a hitman. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
He's the assassin.
We're going to talk United in a minute. I know you're dying to talk about it, but I know that you want to talk to Jay about Chelsea and Palace at the weekend. I know you're desperate to talk to him about that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if Carlsberg did weekend, it just kept getting better and better and better and better. And do you know what? I had a funny feeling though. Once that game kicked off, I thought Chelsea might drop points at that game because Mourinho, there's something going on there. He looks short of confidence. Do you know what I mean? Usually, when his back's against the wall and his press conferences and all that, you kind of believe in everything he says. I'm kind of watching him now thinking, I'm not sure you believe in what you're saying here about your squad. Do you know what I mean? And like the players that they bought in the bar Pedro, I mean, again, they're not stellar names, are they? I think there's something going on there at Chelsea. I don't know what it is.
I think there will be a time when Chelsea wake up. There's too many good players there, but the problem is they could wake up and the title's 15 points gone, and that's the concern from my point of view. At the moment, I'm not even thinking about the title. That's something that that has drifted slowly away. At the moment, it's now just get the season back on track, please. Get back to. Do
you think it's gone for Chelsea? 8 points behind City.
No, because they can go from the week after they get back. They can go unbeaten for 18 games, easy. They can grind it out. And I mean, look, if City play like they played like in the first 4 games, it's over. But they won't because there's like 4 games a month.
But the Chelsea's problem at the moment, though, is that there are too many players. That there's too many passengers. Ivanovic one side, Fabregas, Matic, Hazard. You could argue Aspilicueta. The others, other than Costa and Pedro, looks like he's been. He will be a good signing. Kale at the back is okay, but he's not being protected. Other than that, no one's playing well. And you can't have that many passengers, and that's the problem at the moment. That there are too many passengers.
I know, but what I can't understand is Mourinho's come out and he said, I gave whoever the list on April the 4th or August the 4th, or whenever it was, he gave the list of the players he wanted. He's not got any of them. I mean, usually that's the cue for him to smash the gaff up and leave, isn't it? So I don't know quite what's happening there. He looks a bit gun shy. Do you know what I mean? He's seen City come out of the traps, and now he's saying, well, they bought fantastic players. He's almost given it up himself. Do you know what I mean? Because usually I'd have thought he'd be on City, saying we've fiddled the books and all this, carry on. But he's kind of shrugging his shoulders and saying, But
he's got a fight on his hands, and
sure.
He knew nothing's changed, but the fight is harder now because we're behind the 8 ball before What, 4 games in? And like I said, I think City. I don't think Chelsea should be concentrating on City at the moment. Just concentrate on each game and climb up that table. Because if you start looking at City's results and start looking at Arsenal's and Liverpool's and Man United, forget that. There are bigger problems at home. Sort out and going back to basics. You know, keeping a clean sheet. Chelsea built their success over the last decade on defensively being solid. We need to score 3 goals to pick up a point or pick up 2 points.
I mean,
3 points. Sorry, that's how bad it is.
I mean, you know, Hazard hasn't even started playing yet. So I mean, Chelsea with the 5. You know, the keeper's a great keeper. John Terry he hasn't turned up yet. Matic hasn't turned up yet. Hazard and Costa. Once those 5 hit form, they can go 15, 16 games unbeaten easily in all competitions. So, you know, City can be erratic. You know what I mean? But as it stands now, you know, and they've got De Bruyne to come in. A lot of us City fans are struggling to keep our feet on the floor at the minute.
Listen, I know you don't want to talk Ed Woodward and LVG, but I think we can just squeeze it in if you do.
Yeah, said the actress to the bishop.
Go on then.
One of my oldest friends, who's a staunch Man United fan, he's as one-eyed as they come. He's like a proper red. Summed Man United up today brilliantly by saying, you know, they just look like a crap band with no lead singer.
I think that's a bit harsh.
No, I don't. Because they've not. It's not like United haven't bought any players. They bought 6 players in the window since Memphis.
Yeah. Since
Memphis turned up, all of them have been of a certain category. Apart from this lad who's turned up 36 million, no one's ever heard of, and they've all been in a certain category, which is like nobody was in for Schweinsteiger, nobody was in for Schneiderlin, nobody was in for the right back. So they're like players that nobody else wanted. And,
but that doesn't dispute the fact that Darmain is an excellent fullback. I mean, if a lot of clubs would have seen what he would have been like in the first 4 games, I reckon more clubs would have come in for him.
Yeah, see, the trouble with you is like you in private are all, you know, fire and brimstone and swear words. Yet you on the radio is a completely different animal altogether.
No, I've never slagged off to you, Darmain. I've never ever done that.
No, well, you're probably the only person you haven't.
Get him about Fellaini.
Yeah, I have slagged off Fellaini to you.
And the manager. He loathes the manager. He hates him. I think they say he's a good right back or whatever he is, and Luke Shaw looks like he's playing well. But I just think the guy who was ever doing these deals, now that Ferguson has gone, and what was the guy's name who ran the business side of it? What was his name?
David Gill.
They just look a bit lost there. I mean, it's brilliant. It's almost like there's like a secret 5th column working for Man City inside the club. And they're trying to bring it down from within, which is brilliant. But United fans are not happy. I know loads, and to a man, they're pretty despondent.
Yeah, we'll just wait till the end of October. We'll see. No, I won't even bother with that one.
But what about Ed Woodward saying we can only do deals that only other teams dream of, and in 2 weeks people have forgotten about the Pedro deal. There's something big happening, and the window shuts. And the funniest thing today is you get the 2 biggest clubs in the world, who are quite quick to say they are the 2 biggest clubs in the world, behaving like 2 championship teams. They can't even decide. They can't even sell a player one to the other. And they're both blaming each other for the transfer break.
Yeah, but I'd say that's a good move for Man United because they've kept.
No, totally.
They kept one of the best goalies in the world. So.
But how's he going to feel when he comes? I mean, like Valdez has got to come back. Yeah.
I said at the top of the show, Noel, United have got more goalkeepers and strikers now.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Incredible.
It's amazing. He'll probably end up playing 2 in that anyway.
It wouldn't surprise me. Before I let you go, you'll be pleased to know a few people have tweeted a picture of you in your undercrackers lying on the beach.
No chance.
Yeah, no, I promise you. I'll take a picture and text it to you.
What, topless?
Yeah.
I look brilliant today.
Well, there's a 6-pack going on, so I can only assume it's about 10 years old, the picture.
I hate the beach anyway. I only go to the beach to appease Sarah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's not in the picture. It's just you. You've got some kind of Glaswegian pair of boxer shorts on, trunks.
What?
Yeah, it's really bonkers.
Are you sure it's me?
Yeah. It's your barn,
really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
No, it's definitely you.
Really? I'd be interested to see.
Yeah,
Send me that picture.
I'll text it to you now.
Retweet
You're a
Send me
star.
that picture.
Yeah, Jason just said, can you retweet it? Yeah, I'll text it to Noel first. Good work, son. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, man.
Cheers, pal.